Hi, my name is Lynn, and I am whew, getting old. Yeah, I'm 39 years old, and I let's see, where do I start? I was about 13 years old, and I became a runaway, and I lived on the streets of Denver for a long while. I slept under bridges, I slept in tunnels, I slept abandoned buildings, I slept um, in stairwells, and um, in people's cars, abandoned cars, and um, things like that, of that nature. And I got out of that after a while, started doing drugs then, of course, and drinking because that's the only way you can really bear the nights and the things you have to do when you're out there. And so, I kind of got my life together a little bit. I went back home and um, things were okay for a while. And then I became a heavy drinker and um, I had two kids and lost them because of my drinking, um, because I knew that um, I wasn't going to stop drinking and driving or, you know, showing up to their, school functions drunk or whatever and obnoxious. And so, with my son, I walked away, and with my daughter, she was taken when she was born and adopted by a family member. And I've been sober from alcohol for 6 years, and I still haven't been able to reconnect because I can't afford to get an attorney. Um, because for the past year and a half, I've been homeless again, living in a garage with no running water and no heat in Denver, in Colorado. And then when that homeowner sold their house, I was back onto the streets again, and I didn't have a vehicle or anything to stay in, so I sometimes would squat with my ex-boyfriend, and he was pretty abusive, and I had to learn to just deal with it, and take whatever was dealt out to me, and so I could be warm, in the last winter, and some bad things happened to me. I was enrolled in college and I was excited about it. I was like, I'm going to finally get things going for myself. And so I got my stipend from college and it was about $2,700. And so I went onto, Facebook Marketplace to buy a vehicle. And had chatting with this guy for a while, and I went to go meet him, and he robbed me at gunpoint, put the gun to my head, and took all my money, took everything from me, and that was going to be my place to live, and that was going to be my, you know, my escape off the streets, my escape from my ex-boyfriend, my escape from um, the nights when he would kick me out in the middle of the night just because I wouldn't give it up, and this guy took it all from me, and there was nothing I could do about it. He just, I got PTSD pretty bad from that, and then um, so I stayed out on the streets for a little while and went back to my ex, and he kicked me out again, which he was doing like every 2 or 3 days. He would kick me out, and then I'd have to be gone for a few days and sleeping on the streets and meeting whoever on Colfax, which is like the worst street in Colorado. I didn't have any family or anything that would take me in or anything to help me. And one of the nights when my ex kicked me out, I walked back behind the alley because I didn't know where to go. It was the middle of June, no, July of this past summer. And I went back there and I was going to smoke something. And I heard a guy crying down. He was probably not even, 50, maybe 60 feet from me. And I was thinking, I need to go over there and see if he's okay, because there's a guy crying. He's just crying. And then I heard another man say, "I told you, man. I told you." And that guy was just crying, crying, crying. And then all of a sudden I heard 5 shots. And the guy stopped crying. There was no more crying. And I just quivered down into the corner. And then I heard squealing. It felt like everything on Colfax got silent after that. I didn't hear anything for a little bit. Then I heard squealing tires. And the guy wasn't crying anymore. And there was no noise. Nobody was, no cop sirens, no nothing. And I expected, for some reason in my head, I expected that the cops would have been there right away, and it just, for some reason, that's just how I expected it, but it didn't happen like that. And so, I waited a couple seconds and I ducked down as far as I could to the ground and ran back to my ex's house. And I banged on the door and I was like, "Please let me back in. Please let me back in." I was like, someone just got shot and I just witnessed it, and he, I ran and I got inside and he's yelling at me. I was like, "Please be quiet, please." And he's calling me a liar. And I just laid down on the bed under the covers and I just cried and I didn't know what to do. I told him what happened and he told me I was a liar and he told me, "Don't call the police because that will, bring drama to his house and he doesn't need that. And if I want to call the police, I need to get out of here and leave and then I can go call him, but don't do it from his house and don't involve him in it." And so, and it took me a long time to finally, like, even try to get out of that situation. And my mother allowed me to come stay with her for a little bit, but I only have a couple more weeks, and I have to come up with the money to get into an apartment. So I have to get, first month's rent, deposit, and last month's rent. And, it's hard because, I do have a job, but it's like very part-time and it's very hard to get to and everything. So, everything is just, if I don't succeed in this, I'm going to be back out on the streets, and that's no place for a human being. When you get another chance, when you get a chance like this, you have to take full advantage of it because, there's no second chances. And I'm trying my hardest. All I own in this world is my duffel bag full of clothes, and that's it. I don't have anything else. Especially I don't have my kids. That's the biggest thing for me. And then I don't own any property, and I'm very traumatized, from what I've gone through, and but I have the second chance, and I know I need help, and I just don't know what to do to get it. Um, it's been a journey, and it's been a tough one, and um, I'm in it alone, and that's the hardest part. I don't have any friends or family that understand what I'm going through or have gone through, and I, you know, I lost my best friend to a motorcycle accident in 2016, and then I lost 7 other friends, really close friends, that I grew up with, my only friends in the world, actually. Um, all within a 2-year span, they all passed away from different things, overdoses and um, car accidents, motorcycle accidents, heart attacks, just, you know, horrible things. And, I need to this, get on track before it's too late, because, this is my only chance. And um, the street life is nowhere for anyone to be. And so I just want everyone to know that when you get that second chance, just do what you can to make it worth it.